A royal proposal. A princess in love. A ring that changed everything. But this isn't a fairy tale. It's a billion-dollar mystery. Because behind Princess Leonor's engagement ring lies a secret the Spanish royal family never wanted revealed. When the world first saw the ring, the cameras couldn't look away. Spain's young future queen, radiant, calm, but trembling just enough to show that beneath the royal poise was a young woman in love. The diamond caught the light, a flash of brilliance that stunned jewelers, historians, and even rival monarchies. Within hours, the headlines were everywhere: the most expensive ring in royal history. Estimated value, $1 billion. But that was only the surface of the story. The truth began much earlier, in the quiet, golden corridors of Zarzuela Palace. Leonor had just returned from her military training. She was 19, disciplined, elegant, already carrying the pressure of a future crown. Every move watched, every gesture measured. But behind the formality, something had changed. She was in love, and not with a prince. He was from an aristocratic but non-royal family. A name known in philanthropic circles, not palace registers. Brilliant, reserved, raised in London, educated at Oxford. The Spanish press called him El Enigma. He was respected, but mysterious. The palace saw him as an outsider. Yet Leonor saw something different, a man who didn't treat her like an heir, but like a human being. Their love grew quietly, shielded by loyal aides and whispered confidants. No public appearances, no photographs. Just stolen evenings in Madrid, books exchanged, coded notes, and one unguarded summer in Majorca when they realized they couldn't hide forever. When he finally proposed, it wasn't in a palace or on foreign soil. It was in a small, private art gallery in Madrid, surrounded by portraits of Spanish queens who had all faced impossible choices. He knelt, opened the box, and the world shifted. The ring inside was unlike anything ever seen. A flawless, oval-cut diamond of extraordinary brilliance, 28.5 carats. Type Ia, pure carbon, completely transparent. The kind of diamond that appears once in a century. Surrounding it, 4 argyle pink diamonds, gems now extinct, their minds closed forever. The band was forged from gold reclaimed from the Spanish treasury's oldest coins, melted down and refashioned by a master jeweler in Seville whose family had served the monarchy for generations. Its value, experts later confirmed, exceeded $1 billion. But why would a man outside royal lineage present a ring that eclipsed every jewel in European history? That's where the story deepens. Because this was no ordinary diamond. It had a past. Traced through auction records and whispered royal transactions, it once belonged to an Indian Maharaja, then to a French duchess, before disappearing from public record in the 1930s. Its reappearance in Spain raised questions no one could answer. Some said it was purchased quietly through a royal intermediary. Others believed it was a private gift, one wrapped in political significance. When Leonor appeared with the ring, the palace trembled. Queen Letitia's first reaction was disbelief. A ring of that magnitude, she feared, would draw the wrong kind of attention. The king was torn, between protecting his daughter's happiness and shielding the monarchy from scandal. Spain's economy was fragile, public scrutiny relentless. The timing couldn't have been worse. Yet Leonor stood firm. This isn't about money, she told them. It's about meaning. And meaning it had. Inside the ring's band, hidden from sight, was a microscopic engraving, Amo et servio, I love and I serve. The same phrase once inscribed inside Queen Isabella's wedding ring nearly 600 years earlier. It was more than symbolism, it was a declaration. Leonor's message to her people was clear, that love and duty could coexist, that the monarchy could evolve. But as her story spread, so did the controversy. Economists questioned how such a ring could be accepted without political consequence. Journalists investigated its origin, and within days, rumors began to swirl. Was the diamond a gift from a foreign dignitary? A coded political gesture? Or was it simply, impossibly, the most extravagant symbol of love in modern royal history? Every answer seemed to open a new question. As scrutiny intensified, the Spanish royal household issued a rare statement. The engagement of Her Royal Highness the Princess of Asturias is a personal matter conducted with respect for Spain's traditions and future. It was calm, dignified, and deliberately vague. The message was clear, the palace would not explain. But silence only fueled speculation. Experts across Europe began to study the gem's optical signature, its internal structure, its refraction pattern. And that's when they discovered something extraordinary. The diamond's molecular composition matched a specimen that once sat in the vaults of a Middle Eastern royal collection, one believed lost decades ago. How it arrived in Spain remains a mystery. Some suspect a private exchange between royal families, others whisper it was a quiet repayment of an old diplomatic favor. Whatever the truth, the ring had a life far longer than any love story. Yet through the storm, Leonor never faltered. She wore the ring not as a trophy, but as a promise. Her public appearances were subtle, diplomatic visits, official ceremonies, always poised, always composed. But the cameras always found the ring. It shimmered under every light, reflecting not just wealth, but the weight of history. And little by little, public opinion began to shift. Spain saw something in her that had been missing for decades, a monarch who was both royal and real. The young princess who had been trained to be perfect now stood as a woman who dared to feel. The billion-dollar ring became not a scandal, but a symbol, a story of love, independence, and the courage to define one's own destiny. Queen Letizia, once wary, came to understand. If she wears it with conviction, she reportedly said, then it belongs to her. King Felipe, proud yet pragmatic, saw the reflection of his own youth, when he had defied royal expectations to marry Letizia herself, a commoner, a journalist, a woman who changed the monarchy forever. History, once again, was repeating itself. But behind every royal story lies another layer, hidden in plain sight. Who truly designed the ring? The official jeweler denied authorship. Some insiders whispered it was crafted by a collaboration between Cartier and a small Spanish atelier known only to the crown. Others insist Leonor herself drew the first sketch, late one night, inspired by her grandmother Queen Sophia's engagement ring. Even now, one detail remains guarded, the ring's unique protection. Embedded within its structure are laser-engraved identification codes invisible to the eye, ensuring authenticity and security. The piece is insured for an amount greater than the combined value of the British crown jewels. And yet, Leonor has reportedly refused to store it in the palace vault. Instead, she keeps it with her, a quiet defiance of tradition. Her decision sends a message, that the monarchy's next era will not be defined by secrecy or ceremony, but by sincerity. Leonor's reign, when it comes, will not mirror the old world, it will rebuild it. Her billion-dollar ring is not just jewelry. It's her manifesto. And that's the paradox. The most expensive ring in royal history carries its true value not in gold, or carats, or legacy, but in courage. The courage to love without permission. To lead without imitation. To be royal and real, in the same breath. As she prepares to become Spain's first queen in centuries born into democracy, Leonor stands at a crossroads between history and hope. The cameras will capture the sparkle, the dress, the ceremony. But those who look closer will see something deeper, a young woman who turned a symbol of excess into a statement of evolution. So when the light hits that billion-dollar diamond, and the world gasps again, remember this, what you're seeing isn't just the reflection of a gem. It's the reflection of a future queen who dared to redefine what royalty means. Because for Princess Leonor, the secret of the billion-dollar ring isn't its price. It's its purpose.